Wagwan, it's Multiplier, and today I'm going to show you follow actions in Ableton Live. Now, what are follow actions? So if you've got bare loads of clips in session view and you're like, how can I let them trigger themselves and do their own thing and not do what I want them to do? Well, follow actions are exactly the solution to all of those problems. So let's say you wanted something to happen after the clip's played or after a fixed amount of time. Well, you can set that up. And how does it work? So, right, let's cool. So this is a really shit example of how follow actions work. Check this channel and see what's going on with the play button.
When them a shake it out. Big booty girl, and when them a shake it out.
See how they're doing their own thing after a fixed amount of time? It's going to jump into another one. That's a follow action. And yeah, how do they work? So let's bring out some new clips, demonstrate. So let's bring out a new channel. Let's bring out some really logical things like a whole bunch of kick loops because that's going to make a lot of sense. So let's pretend there's a lot of really useful, important clips here. Well, how do we set up follow actions? So you can either choose one at a time or you can choose two at a time or as many as you like at the same time. That's all fine. Select them. Go over to this tab down here. Make sure you're not over here. Make sure you're over here. Not over here. Make sure you're here. Then go over to this little L in the bottom left corner called Launch or Lunch. And click it. And then you'll see this follow action section right about down here. Now, this first little bit, these three numbers are the duration of time in kind of intervals and stuff that you want a follow action to happen after. So if you want... basically, the first number is bars, second number beats, like the fruit or the vegetable beats. Couldn't think of a funny joke there. And then the last one is 16ths. So at the moment it's on 100, so that's 1 bar. If I did, say 2 and then 0, so that would be 2 beats. So after like half a bar, something would happen. So you can set up whatever period of time makes sense for you. And then we've got 2 columns. So column A and column B, I've decided to call it. So, and then the numbers below it are quite important. So these are the probabilities that this is about to happen. So at the moment, because the left is on 1 and the right is on 0, then the left will always happen. So we could set up, say, play again or previous or next. They're all pretty self-explanatory. So first to play the first clip in the channel, any is any clip, other is anything apart from the one that's just played. So you get the idea. Pretty easy stuff. And then if we wanted to say have the second column kind of probability wise happen twice as much as the first, we stick a 2 in there, and then this right hand side will happen twice as often as the first. So you can really add some random elements, or you can make it predictable, and you can do it in a really serious proper way, or you can just fuck about and have some fun. Yeah, follow actions are really cool. It's basically just a way of making shit happen with session view clips, session clips, without you having to trigger it. And it's a nice way to add some variation. So in terms of how to use this in the real world, I guess if you've got a live set, you can definitely have some cool things happening there. But you can also use it just to add an element of randomness. So you can have lots of variations on the same loop, or you can have like one clip could be like a fill loop. Or you could just do what I did and dick about with kind of vocal edits and chops, kind of by having it coming in at different times. And it's up to you to be creative. It's not my job. My job is to tell you things and make jokes. So yeah, figure out ways of using follow actions. Investigate them. Follow and action all the time. That's my advice. I've been Multiplier. Back to the studio.